But so yeah, I think we'll just get kicked off right away. Um, Pastor Isaac Tendo from Uganda is here to share some beautiful aspects about the kids in his school and hopefully some of the community and some of his family. But the way the Lord showed it to me was I was studying this word I was starting to mention with Janine about nearness. When we are near to God, it's because we have dropped the veils that make us think that there is some sort of separation for us. And I think that really works for the relationship that I've built with Pastor Isaac. We are literally halfway around the globe in spatial distance, but I have felt connected and a part of his community ever since we started, engaging with the school, participating through giving and just sharing and receiving the imagery and things that he shares on different social medias. And so there is this nearness to God, but also to one another. And so I can truly say that Pastor Isaac is a friend and a co-laborer, right? I mean, even though again, I'm not standing there side by side with him, holding, hands and singing together with people, but we can, and we do, and we are. So I hope that through sharing what Pastor has for us today, we're going to be able to be even more connected with the school and again the works that he's doing. I can tell you that there is no greater honor than to know that Pastor Isaac has that nearness to God, that unbreakable connection that allows him to love on the people of his community, and I think and believe in a very profound way. So, Pastor Isaac, take it away. Did you send me quickly? I forgot all about setting this up, but did you send me a link to your video you want me to share, or is Norman taking care of that?
Yes, I sent you. If you could help me, that would be better, maybe.
Okay.
But Norman has some slides he's going to first show us.
Okay.
Then I can explain.
Did you use WhatsApp?
I use Telegram.
Telegram. Okay, good. I'll get on it right away. So go ahead. Share what you're going to share to start us off, and I'll be right back and I'll be listening.
All right. I want to say thank you so much once again for the opportunity to be here. I am always excited. Every year, I'm given this platform at least once a year to explain what is going on. And I want to explain that Father has been wonderful. He has been really wonderful. I remember, Larry, you were the first, you and Debbie were the first. I'm sorry for the call, but you were the first sponsors. And I'm praying always for Shalom, because every time we see how we remember that you had the spark, and to see that the spark of sponsorship started from you as a first fruit, and now it was bearing and bearing and bearing, was an amazing thing. We currently have, just to give you a report about the community, the turn up, because the community realized we are helping the children. We in the church, so we have two places. Let me say, we have the church, we have the school, and we have the community. So the entire community, and all those three people focus on us or pick something from us. So the church brings over 200 kids in the place. And so those are the ones that we keep trying to get sponsorship inside the school. Yeah. So whenever we get the sponsor, we pick them from the church, because in the church we tend to give them the spiritual and help, which we can afford, which everyone can receive. And then we transfer them in the school when they get the financial help. So we have good news that now we are able to, we have over 74 children in the school. Yeah. So that is amazing. However, all the 74 are not sponsored. Yeah. We only have about only 9 sponsored, But what gives us the momentum is the other donations that keep coming in. Yeah. So those are the ones that we buy food, we buy pay teachers. So when we get all those extra donations, we push it onto to help the rest of the kids. So over 60 plus students are enjoying on the extra donations that keep coming in. So that makes it a wonderful thing. But I want to register my thanks for Kingdom Talks is still sponsoring 2 children up to now. Yeah, Larry and Debbie are sponsoring a child, and many more other people are really sponsoring. So we really want to say thank you so much. I want Norman to show us some of the pictures, then I can keep explaining even more. So one of the things we do is we have also managed in our community, there was no water. Yeah. So we managed to bring water projects. Yeah. Then Norman, you have started. Let me know when you have started so that I can wait for the pictures. Are the pictures sharing? Hello?
They are coming on in the gallery.
Okay. So is everyone able to see them?
I do see photos.
Do you have your gallery?
Let me see if I can unmute it because I see it's muted. I think it would actually play if it was unmuted. So let's see, Gil.
But is everyone able to see it?
I think they would if it was the voice that was coming through the speak. It would show up in the Gil Hodge spot. But I am not. I must not be host. Let me check something else. Nope, I'm co-host, so I should be able to. 1 second. Nope, I can't. I can ask to unmute, but I can't unmute it.
It's just a slide.
All right. If I'm going to pin it, if everybody could pin Gil Hodges to their, just do add pin, it should make it the. Is there any sound to it, anyways, Pastor Isaac? Is it just pictures?
That's
Pastor Isaac?
picture.
Okay.
That's what I just said in the chat for Norman.
Just pictures. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't hear Pastor Isaac.
Pastor Isaac disappeared. Where's that iPhone?
Okay, I think, have we gone through it all yet? I think we might have, but I do think we may have lost Pastor Isaac. You're right. I don't see him on list right now of participants. So
Might be too much bandwidth for him.
but did everybody get to see the pictures? Did that come through? Because somebody else.
Yeah, they were beautiful.
Yes. Okay.
They
Good.
were beautiful.
Very good. I am going to go ahead and play the video that he shared with us, or with me, to share. So let me do that, and hopefully he'll be able to come back quickly.
He's back.
He's back. All right. Good. Good. Good.
Sorry, I'm on African internet.
Yes. But it gave us a moment to watch the slides, and that came through just fine. So
Have you seen the slides? Because I wanted to explain some of them so that you.
yeah, I think it's continuing to play. So if you want to start just speaking, are you able to see them?
No.
They're moving too fast for you to actually probably talk about them specifically. But
Oh, good. Are they enlarged?
if you have to do it yourself, add pin. If you go to Gil Hodge and add pin, you'll see them as the.
All right, I think that's it. So these ones are the kids graduating. Yeah. So the kids, the other kids are serving some cake.
Awesome.
Yeah. So every time they graduate, they serve, they give cake. Okay, that's the principal. This lady, this one is the principal, the one this on the left, then the one with much hair. She's the one in charge of ultimate impact. We still use ultimate impact. And then this one is the cashier or the accountant. So the kids are doing play. They are playing with games. Now, this is the plaque of the one that the school, because we are sponsored by Kingdom Talks. So we put the plaque there. If you see the black one there, yeah. Those are the kids enjoying the school. That's the classroom environment. I want you to see how your donations are doing a lot of impact. Larry, you remember the kids were sitting down with funny tables and chairs?
Yes, that's it. That's right. Because it started out with more like that, and now we got tables and chairs. That's great.
Now we have nice chairs. So here they are playing on the ground. The floor, remember, is very terrible. Now it is tiled.
Beautiful.
This is it now. So we are only remaining to paint it because this is only undercoat. Yeah.
Okay.
So we are meant to make it have school children environment with the colors. If no man can go back a little to show the school. So that one. So you realize this, it has to be, the standard should be that you paint it with pictures so that when a child comes in the school, they can begin to see 1, 2, 3, or a ball or something. So pictures should be drawn on it because it's a nursery and lower primary school. So we are going to work on this before the next year. Then this is the fence. It had no fence, if you remember. We had no fence. We had to put on a fence. Yeah. We can go on, Norman. So the kids are playing with balls, with tires. So what we do, we color the tires. Yeah. And then they are able to use them as play materials. So this is a ball. They're playing basket. You can see the race for the tires.
That is so good.
Yeah, so they're having fun. This is the principal. That's my wife here in black, and that's me there. Yeah. The kids have grown. They were really it. These are the swings, still under the donation of Kingdom Talks and every partner. So these are the kids, yeah, putting on different colors. Of course, some of them were not around. The school, which started with 11 children, you can see these are the pioneers. If you see those ones,
Wow.
look at that. So these are the ones who graduated. And it was exciting. This one is the local chairman of the village. So he came to graduate them.
Nice.
All right. That's all graduation. These are the parents. If you can see in there, those are the parents. Now, these are the children representing their teachers. In the video, you will be able to hear the names of the teachers. This is a culture where in Africa, you are welcome next year to Uganda, please, to come and see us dressed like this. This is a culture where if you know banana plantain leaves, those are the ones we put on. So when you will come to the airport, we shall welcome you in this style. Yeah. Now this one is the good way. These are graduates. Amazing. They are cutting their cake. This means a lot to them. A lot. Cake is something serious in Africa. It's like the Christmas gift or Christmas party. It's something else. Yeah.
I think we all can appreciate celebration with cake, Pastor Isaac. So that's cool.
All right. I don't know whether Norman has. Maybe if Larry, you can just play a little video, maybe.
Okay.
We jump some places.
All right, here we go. I've got it ready to share screen. So just give me a moment and
in order for you to survive in this hostile world,
era gwe okubeerawo mu nsi eno bw'eti
you don't need to rely on only one thing.
tolina kubeera ku kintu kimu, kwesigama ku kintu kimu.
You need to have knowledge,
olina okuba n'amagezi,
but that knowledge
era
cannot
amagezi
help you
agatajja kuyamba
if it's not practically proved.
nga teganaba kumanyisibwa nga
So if you know
okagozesa.
something,
oba omanyiyo
you don't need
ekintu
to tell us you know something.
era ky'oba omanya nti naffe
Show
tumanyi
us you
ekintu,
know it
tulage naffe tukimanye
by making something.
era nga nawe okolayo ekintu
For
kyetusobola
example, if
olabirako.
you know how to make cakes or mandazi,
bw'oba omanya engeri gye bakolamu keeki n'amandaazi,
don't tell us that I know how to make mandazi, but you
totugamba
make it and we buy.
totugamba nti omanyi kukola amandaazi naye nga togakola.
And that is what we plan to
ekyo
do.
kye tuli mu kupulaninga
We want to
okukola.
have
twagala kukola buli kimu.
all-round children,
abaana abalisa bonna,
children who are flexible
Maybe I can explain that.
who can adjust in whatever situation.
abasobola okubeerawo mu buli mbeera yonna.
Hello. Larry, you are muted.
all right. Yeah, I realized I couldn't speak when it was share screen. So Yeah, that was it.
Oh.
And I can go back to it. I can go back to it and play if there's anything more. But yeah.
Okay, just wanted to explain a little part. Will we manage, or we first have to view, then we explain later?
So continue playing it.
Okay, so the first part, the building that you are seeing, is going to be like a community project where all the community events can take place. And on top of that, also the children main hall, then the children can also use it as an educational center. So we are using one facility to make sure that it covers the church, the school, expansion. So that's why we are making it a little large. So that's the building that you've been seeing. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Multi-use. That's important. So you want me to share some more of the video?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
We will be jumping to where the kids are dancing.
Okay. I'll stop it after that happens.
Yeah.
Because I can't, just so you know, Pastor Isaac, I can't talk while the video's playing.
I'll text you.
Okay.
buli mbeera yonna.
That is it.
Kyekyo.
Also, in our school,
Mu ssomero lyaffe
we give opportunities to bright pupils. We give opportunity to bright pupils.
tuwa omwaganya.
I said in our school we give opportunities to bright pupils.
Tuwa omwaganya okubangula abaana baffe.
If your child is bright,
era omwana waabwe omugezi,
you bring him or her here.
baleete wano eno.
We give bursary.
Tubawa basale.
We give sponsorship.
Tubakwatirako okusasula school
To
fees.
bright pupils.
Era abaana abagezi.
If you have a bright child at home
Oba olinayo omwana omugezigezi ewaka
and the school fees is disturbing you,
era nga school fees zikusumbuwa,
come and try us.
jangu tugezeeko.
Smile.
Ojja kumwenya.
We are not lying to you.
Tetuli mu kulimba,
We do it.
tukikola.
And if you ask around,
Era bw'obuuza bati
you will find
wekyolodde
that it
ojja
is the
kisanga
truth.
nti ge mazima.
That is about our school.
Byebyo ebikwata akasomero lyaffe.
Other things
Ebintu ebirala
is about academics.
bikwatagana n'ebyemisomo.
We have highly qualified teachers,
Tulina abasomesa abaabangulwa,
all-round teachers
abasomesa okuva
who are
wonna
skillful
ababangufu,
and can impart the knowledge they have
era abasobola okugaba ku magezi ge balina
into the learners.
eri abaana abayizi.
So we have highly qualified teachers
Tulina abasomesa abaasomera ddala
right from life 1
okuviira ddala mu baby
up to upper class, up to upper primary.
era n'okutuukira ddala mu kirasi eza waggulu.
So here we request you
Tubasaba
that you bring us children.
nti mutuleetera abaana.
We have teachers here,
Tulina abasomesa wano.
well exposed.
Abalaba byonna.
We don't just want to keep the knowledge in us.
Tetugenda kubawa magezi just.
We need to give out the knowledge we have.
Tetugenda kusigaza magezi gaffe naye tugenda gagabira abaana.
So how are we going to give out the knowledge if you don't give us children?
Tunagaba tutya amagezi gaffe nga totuwadde baana?
We need the children to be there so that we can give them what we have.
Twetaaga abaana babeerewo tusobole obawa kye tulina.
So
Kakati
we request you begin with yourself.
Me too.
tubasaba mutandike.
If you have a child
Oba
at
olinayo
home,
omwana ewaka
a child of the neighbor is just sitting there,
ng'atudde butuuze
but
waka
very bright,
naye nga mugezi,
bring.
muleete.
We need them around.
Tubeetaagira ddala.
Because we need to pump into them the knowledge we have.
kuba twetaaga otubaseemu amagezi naffe ge tulina.
Because very soon
Mu bwangu ddala
we will leave.
tujja kuvaawo.
When we leave teaching, they should be the one to replace us.
We tunaava mu kusomesa be bajja okutandika
Now,
okusomesa.
if they are not there, who will replace?
Bwe balaba tebaliwo ani anaabatukiikirira ffe
So
abavuddewo.
we need the learners around.
Twetaaga abayizi ba
Blessings follow me. Your goodness and mercy too. They will follow me all of my days. When I'm bankole David unjina, bankole David unjina chandanga bandio. Kuba bankole David unjina tagamika. Yeminyonyo entia. Dance for Jesus. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers for yes. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers for yes. Dance for Jesus. Cheers. Dance for yes. Cheers. Cheers for yes. Cheers.
oli awo yimirira. Neighbor waba atudde mugambe yimirira.
Amina. Newe mutuula. Newe mutuula. Tusaba Katonda akkirize ekyo kye tutaddeyo ku lw'obulamu bwe amusuuse ate tusobole okuddamu okwogerako naye. The graduates of Lifted Seeds Academy. Kino kitandikanga kirooto nti awo osanga n'ateekawo essomero naye kati bano batandise. This is a step to move. Thank you for the dream. Thank you for the act. And it is now giving us sweeter grapes. And to yield time to time, time to time. As a chairman of the village, I'm grateful for the great work in this place. There are two items people don't consider, but a nation without God,
Eggwanga eritali mu Katonda
it works negative.
litali nnungi.
A nation with God,
Eggwanga eriri mu Katonda
it works positive.
likola mu ngeri ennungi.
Kyova olaba
That's why you see
empisa bwe zitaba mu
discipline.
baana
children without discipline,
tebabaamu Katonda.
they'll be without God in their hearts.
I'm very grateful that these graduates in front of us,
Ndi musanyufu nnyo nti bannayina abali mu kujaguza bali mu maaso gaffe
they are fully with God.
bajjuziddwa Katonda,
They are fully with knowledge.
bajjuziddwa amagezi.
And I'm of a great hope
Nina essuubi ddene
that wherever they are going to proceed from now,
nti wonna we bagenda nga bava wano eno
okuva
kaakati
they are going to be great children and learners.
bagenda kuba bayizi b'amaanyi.
And I'm more grateful that I have one of the daughter here who is mine.
Era ndi musanyufu nnyo era nina wano muwala wange.
And she's a graduate.
Era naye ali omu ku bajaguza.
I congratulate you.
Nkujaguza.
Thank you for the school.
Weebale nnyo okusoma.
At this opportunity,
kaseera kano
I take the chance given to me
ntwala omwaganyo ogumpeereddwa
to issue out certificates,
okubawa certificate
at least to acknowledge
era tubajaguze oba tubalage
they were once in Lifted Seeds Academy.
nti baaliko mu ssomero lya Lifted Seed Academy.
A name
betutikira
Namugaya Rahma.
Namugaya Rahma.
Twabazadde. Thank you, Kale. Thank you. Embeera eyo mugirabye?
wabula njagaddwa Yesu mmwe. Blessings follow me, your goodness and mercy too.
He is good tomorrow. He is good forever. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. 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 Hey, yeah, 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 yeah.
We thank you so much.
Tubebaza nnyo nnyo
We also thank
mwebale.
our parents
Era twebaza abazadde
for your
baffe
support.
I take this opportunity to thank all of you for entrusting us with your children. The support and love shown to us. May the good Lord bless you. I take another opportunity to introduce my staff. I humbly request them to come as I call their names. Directors Mr. and Mrs. Isaac Tendo. Our advisor Mr. Henry. Tisha Rebecca. Tisha Anita.
All right. That was a 2-hour video into 15 minutes or so. Pastor Isaac, that was beautiful and wonderful. Go ahead. Tell us a little bit more, please.
Amazing, amazing. So again, thank you so much for the opportunity. All this couldn't have happened if at all Pastor Gill was not part of it, and Mama Adena, Mama Adena. So we really thank God for the initiative and how they came in and supported this. I really want to say thank you and thank you everyone. I can't forget again Larry for stepping in to be the first to sponsor because it's part of a reality that it's okay and it's possible, and people felt it's okay. There is one time you posted on your wall and on Facebook, and someone then told me, oh, if Larry is sponsoring you, then I can be part of the sponsors. So it, like, people needed that confirmation. Are we genuine? Are we legit? And so I want to say thank you so much. And forever, one of the differences that I always tell people, the difference between us and maybe other big organization is that we are on ground. We are the real people doing the real work. Yeah. So every fund that comes straight to what we are doing, and it helps. Yeah. And we want to encourage you that we want to throw a nice party for all these children. And we want to give families, and each of them is just $20, yeah, to feed a family. Yeah, $20, and we are looking at making sure that at least we can help as many families as possible. Yeah, and we want to start with our children. Yeah, so kindly, I'm praying that you can get on and kindly support the Christmas season. When it comes to the needs that we may need for next year, we only need two things remaining. For now, is just partitioning the classes, yeah, which will only need about $1,500 to $2,000 to partition all classes, and then the painting of the school, which will take only like $1,000. That makes it a complete, beautiful school. So with that, that's the only thing for us to compete, right? Yeah, and the other thing we'll talk about is just about if anyone can share the link of sponsorship so that we may get more sponsored kids. Wow, I'm seeing someone. Is there a link where we can set up? Yes, so I'm going to share it just after this. I will be excited because sponsorship is just $50 per month, where it caters for their education, their accommodation where there is no accommodation, and then their food and meals, their medical, yeah, so their uniforms. So you realize we take care of every other thing, apart from when the sponsor feels like I want to maybe give them a birthday gift, like a cake, like what Larry normally does, or an extra gift. So those are other extra things that always happen. So I'm always so excited. Pastor Gil, again in absentia, thank you so much for this opportunity. And Norman, thank you for putting it out. May the Lord bless you. I wanted to share with you again, Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm excited. We are welcoming you. If you can visit us in Africa, Uganda, you will find the best view. When Pastor Gil came to Uganda, he realized this was real. So I'm welcoming you. Please schedule up next year. Come visit us. Thank you again. I'm going to share the link of sponsorship here, and please go on and make their Christmas a reality. God bless you. Thank you, Larry.
That is awesome. Awesome, guys. So any questions? Raise your hands. It is wonderful to see you, Pastor. I mean, like you said, we've been part of this for a long time now, and I just remember seeing bricks and stones and piles of dirt and all the bits and pieces that make up what you've done there. And now it's beautiful to look at how far
Yeah.
you've come. You know, like you say, the fence and the building is, even like you say, it's painted one color right now. You want to make it colorful and
Yeah.
expressive to the young children. That's amazing. But yes, trust me, I've seen this come from literally piles of dirt and rock and sand, you know, dug from local, all this kind of stuff. I remember the stories, Pastor. It's amazing what you've done in really a short period of time, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, you started teaching the kids as quickly as you could, right, with the means that you had available to you, as you were still building the kitchen, right, so you could feed them properly. Again, without floors, hardwood or hard, you know, surfaces, you still brought the kids in undercover, and you know, we're sharing knowledge with them. So I can tell you, Pastor Isaac has worked miracles to bring it where you see here today. It's awesome. So any questions for Pastor Isaac while he's here? I'll start off again. It was wonderful to see that you have, I think he called himself the chairman, the community chairman, you know, his child in your school. Is that right? Did he say that?
Yeah.
And that he's, you know, being a productive member for you, I would assume. So can you share a little bit about the community engagement that you have ongoing?
Yes. So the community engagement, this is the beautiful thing of it, is that when we brought in the school, it helped that it helped bring the community to engage, to know further, because that was another thing. They thought they didn't want to relate with a God who doesn't help. Yeah. So the Muslims showed them a God that can do it, and the Christians didn't have a God that does it. So they realized it's better to go into the Muslim than the Christian, because the God of the Muslims was giving them water, was giving them medicine, was giving them school, and so which the Christian was not doing. So we thank Father that what we have done, we have managed to put solar lighting in our community where people are able to receive electricity, solar. Yeah. So during night, there is no more witchcraft, which was taking place a lot. So because the lighting is there. And then number two is that we have put water, clean water. We used to have very dirty water. So now the community came in, and we encourage the community to say, look, we don't have a lot of money, but we can do all this together. So they joined all, and we dug the hole and made sure. Then we got a little funding from one of the friends of Pastor Gill, and then dug the whole thing. And then we have now water in the community. Then we have put a school, which is educational, which the same school, same thing you are saying, that the bricks and what we called on the community. We said, look, we don't have a school and no one's going to help us. So what we are going to do, we're going to learn bricklaying. So we taught people to do bricklaying. We taught people how to build. I've personally taught people to be engineers, yet I'm not an engineer. So we have taught people to do all these things, and then I've seen them now build the buildings, do the plastering, do the painting. So all the collections we get as money, we only use it for things we can't do ourselves. For example, we couldn't do painting, so I mean, we couldn't, when we get the funding, it helps us to buy the paint. Yeah, but the painting is done by our own people. So that's how we have taught them. So that's why the figures are not always too big, because we have taught our people to add in something they can do. Yeah, so that's the amazing thing. Then we have also taught women to do a few things like farming. So they go in, we have a farm where they dig, and when they dig, then we have that food for food, and then some for selling. We've taught people to do businesses like liquid soap, like selling and buying products. Those are the things we have been doing. Then we have taught people to run IT. Yeah. So like what we used to do for Pastor Gill, like to run videos, to run social media adverts, to run graphics, to run. So in case any of you have a company which wants a website, social media, or what, those are the things we do. Then in return, these people are paid so that they have a better life. Yeah. So that's the thing. I've shared the links. One is donate. I'm seeing donate. Another one is unit of faith. When you click on the donate button, it will take you straight. Then you can check whether it's monthly or non-monthly. Pastor Gill has set it for us so that it goes to their the ministry name, but it connects to ours straight. So no worry about that. Then this one of unit of faith, it just explains. Then when you connect it, it still connects to when you send immediately, I receive it. So it doesn't pass through Pastor Gill, but Pastor Gill connects us, because in Africa it's hard to receive from PayPal. Yeah, in Uganda specifically, our countries are a little backward. Yeah, so you use some friend to connect to yours. Yeah, that's why you see that donate showing another name apart from that. Yeah, maybe any question, I'm ready to answer.
I don't have any questions, but I just want to say this is breathtakingly beautiful. And Kelly and I are talking in the background and hearing Papa's heart, Papa God's heart. And we're excited. We're very excited to join you in this. So I just wanted to let you know that. Blessings,
Wow.
blessings, blessings to all of you.
Wow, thank you. I'm so honored. Thank you. That's a great miracle. You had the teacher saying that we do bursaries. So we do bursaries by faith. So we take in children by faith and then tell them, keep praying. If at all anyone gets in and sends more, then we will pay. Oh, no. So that's how we keep living. But now I thank God at least you are chipping in. May God bless you. Yeah.
That's exciting. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll share real quickly one of the early stories about giving and being a giver. Pastor Isaac shared a story regarding he was teaching about first fruits because I was learning it myself. Is by being a giver, I was being blessed, right? And we understand that Christianity has done that for a very long time as a teaching. But when he was sharing these stories with his people in the community about being blessed by being a giver, they wanted to participate. They wanted to be part of it. So they gave from their, ability, and they became givers, not just the receivers. So Pastor Isaac, share a little bit about that story that I've forgotten, but it was a beautiful touching of my heart when you start to realize we are blessed to the point of being able to be givers and wanting to help others. But by doing so, we stirred their hearts to participate in the process as well. But please share a little bit more on that, Pastor.
Well, one of the amazing things is a scripture that I read that changed my life. It says that God gives seed to sowers. It says God gives seed to a sower. Then the Lord asked me, Isaac, so why should I give you seed when you are not a sower? He said, because seed only belongs to sowers. For you, you were a receiver. So if you're a receiver, then you don't need seed. Yeah, you only need bread to eat. Then that changed our lives. So what we agreed, we said every other time, even Kingdom Talks, we told Pastor Gil, tell us what we can give in return. Yeah, so we are running for them media. We make sure we are running for them these gatherings to make sure that we are sowing back, then they sow into us because God gives seed to the sower. So we taught our people, number one, what they did, we told them, look at this, we need to be sowers and not receivers. The Bible says it's more blessed to give than to receive. So I said, now, which one would we want to take? And then I asked them, do you realize every other time I was using the examples of Larry and Pastor Gil and Uncle Mick. And then I said, do you realize every other time they are giving, they are still giving, they are still giving. It's as if they don't run dry. And every time we receive, it's as if even before it comes, we have a need. Even before it comes, we have another need. Even before it comes. So when does that stop? So then we taught them, we realized the blessing is in giving, not receiving. So we taught it for a while. Then we saw our people begin to say, no, we are going to sponsor a child. Right now, our church members sat down and are sponsoring a child. So they said, no, we won't leave this blessing for only other people. Yeah, my personal story, if Larry will allow me to go into it, I was from a poor background. Yeah, and what leads me to this, to get into the heart of this, is that because a white man from Canada called Pamela Scobe took me to school, and she doesn't know me, she has never seen me, but I was under Compassion International. And so out of Compassion International, so they took me to school at a very tender age until I finished university. And then I graduated as an accountant. I got a nice job. And I knew now life has begun. And then from nowhere, then Father says, I want you to, the same seed I've sown into you, I want you to go and sow it into others. That was it. So I had no saving, I had no way to do it. The Lord then tells me, go to that village. It's a village in Mukono. We are not in the middle of the town. So I went and obeyed with my family, my wife and children. We went there and started looking out for children who were like me, hopeless like me. And then we started looking after them. That is how the Lord did it. So he was showing me that seed I was planting into you, now you should do it to others. So that's why I am passionate about helping other children who are like me, because I'm thinking some of them will be important in one day. Yeah, one day they will be like me. Maybe one day they will be pastors. Maybe one day they will meet people like John, Kelly, Jean, or anybody. Yeah, so that's my heart desire. But I saw people begin to give. One day they came and brought shoes, brought earrings, brought, like how they were creating a thing in, what is it called, clothes, so that we may do all of this to support the children and the church. That was amazing. One day it rained a lot, and they still went and gathered all material, all the church, to make sure that the building is built. So we have refused them to be thinking of a mentality of only receiving. We are thinking, how do we bless? How do we bless? How do we bless? So it's an opportunity for us to bless. And if there is any work you have that you think we can help you, we are ready to bless. Websites, graphics, social media, anything. We are ready to bless. Yeah. God bless you.
Yes. Such a beautiful, simple process. But when you have been in a place where you've consistently had to receive and never felt like you were able to be a blesser, just turning that light on, we all have something to give, right? That's I think the real lesson. Whatever skills that you have, right? Like you said, they had so many different kinds of skills and you taught them some. I think that's actually the most important part about your school is you need a bricklayer, then we're going to teach you how to be a bricklayer. We need a cook. We need to, I'll help you to learn how to cook for more than one person, that kind of thing. So yes, it's a learning process for everyone, a building, right? We're building people by giving them opportunities to be blessers. It's a beautiful method. It's a beautiful teaching. I love it, Pastor.
You know, Larry, it's me who teaches them even computer. So I've got my children, I told them, the little children, I sit with them and teach them, this is what they call internet. This is what they call keyboard. This is what, because these are children that have never seen a keyboard, they have never seen a laptop. So I'm teaching one by one. And I'm so blessed because it's very amazing that after a term, they will show you that they are catching. They are real people, they really understand, but they just don't have the opportunity. So one of the things I'm really encouraging you, come and visit, you will understand maybe the real different cultures of, I don't know how to even explain it, but it's an opportunity to see how people are challenged. And if you want to volunteer, come and volunteer a month and teach and be in the community. It's amazing.
Awesome. Yes. Anybody that's ever been, which I'm sure there's plenty, and I know John Weens has been overseas. Once you've been to a place of real need and or also just amazing people, you realize that we live in a different world. I share this often, first world problems where how am I going to do this or how am I going to do that? You're still watching TV. You're still got a house, a head or something over your head. You sleep in a warm bed. That's not third world living. There's something so different about it, and it changes you. I know it did me when I had the opportunity to go to Haiti back in the early 90s or mid 90s, I guess it was. And it really stuck with me of what life looks like outside of America and not Europe, right? Europe has its own beauty and its own thing. It's different too, but it's not the so-called third world, right? So John Weens, if you feel comfortable, you could share a story of what you've experienced over the years. I know you're a supporter and giver of many places. So
Yeah, it's such a joy to see these children grow up. We sponsor a bunch of kids and pay for all their schooling, and they used to be in Rwanda or in Burundi, but when all that problems happened, they had to flee to Rwanda. So now they're in a school there. So we take care of all their school expenses. We've been doing that for years. So that's a really big blessing. And the first time I went to Rwanda, we, like most people from the West, they'd stay in the hotels. But we told them we wanted to stay in their homes. So we stayed in a pastor's home, and they gave us this bunk bed that was for their children. And I slept on the upper deck, and Brad, my friend, who I've been going to Africa and Russia with him for many years. At that time, it's been a while since I've been. But I remember sleeping on this bunk bed, and it didn't have a mattress, and it just had the slats on top. And I used some of my clothes as a little cushion for my hip. And I used my backpack, I think it was, for my pillow, because I didn't have any of that stuff. And we didn't really need blankets because it was warm. So we roughed it with them, and it meant so much to the pastors and family. They couldn't believe it that they wanted to put us up in this hostel where it was nice and comfortable. We stayed there one night, and he said, "No, we want to stay with you people and eat your food and see how you live. We can put up with this for 5 days. We're only here for 5 days. If we can't do that, we shouldn't be here." We wanted to identify with them, and you know, when I was in Russia, I remember going. We went to reach out to and help orphanages, bringing medical supplies and stuff, and then we went out in the streets, and I remember I was just, when I saw them, I just wept because I saw the pain. Like, we saw these kids, and we said, "What happens when the police see you? They tell us to go home, and what happens when you go home? They beat us and tell us to leave." So there's so many different needs that the little things that we can do is so huge to them. Even if we just pray for them, it's huge to them. And send a little, we do these shoe boxes in the orphanage, and give, they gather them in the churches in Vernon here, and we take like hundreds of boxes to Russia and now to Tanzania, where we helped build a school there. So it's been a real honor to be a part of seeing children get educated, which we've had a part in, and then somebody else takes on their sponsorship and puts them to a university. So we have people who used to live in places that weren't safe for them, in the Congolese that have no home, live in our province here in Canada, in British Columbia, and they're doing well. So the fruit of giving is very rewarding. So I thank God that He has blessed us so much that we could do what we've done. So thank you for letting me share. And
Yeah.
I don't share to brag, but
No.
God is bigger than our pockets.
Yes. Yes. And that speaks to what I know Pastor Isaac does. And Gil has said this to us before. Because sometimes we're balancing who do we give to? We use Gil's platform to share our life and so on. And but he goes, actually, I want you to give to Pastor Isaac first because he can do so much more with I'm just going to put a number out there. He can do so much more with $100 than what we can do here in the States. And I can tell you by looking at that school and looking at the process and progress that we've made. And again, I feel the we. Pastor Isaac's the one there that's building a community and thriving in that community. But I feel a part of that community because of my participation. But it is what we do send there, guys. I can tell you 100% that I feel very confident that it is building a community. It's building people. Pastor Isaac has a heart for his, like you said, for his people. He stepped away from a life of luxury and ease and probably affluence and so on to be a God-giving seed to his community. Again, Lifted Seed Academy. That's we are the ones that can help and participate in being a lifter of seeds, and that is the children. So, and they will change and that's how I've always believed that. That's something I believe the Lord showed me was us helping and changing these young kids and even their parents. By helping their kids, they're feeling like I'm able to, my child is going to thrive. We are changing hearts and minds, and those kids then will change the hearts and minds of many other. So by helping one, we're helping thousands over the next, years. So. Anyone else? Either share a story of ministry that you've done if you want, or a question for Pastor Isaac, but and I know we'll have some time here and shortly to talk about those kind of things as well later, but we need to stir the pot a bit. How do you guys want to discuss this topic?
I think education really is something that helps people to help themselves, be able to help themselves as they grow up. Like these kids who are in these schools, they'll have an education so that they can, when they graduate, they will be able to go out and do things that they wouldn't be able to do without that education. And that helps the community, and it helps their families, and it helps turn the tide from a poor mentality to God is good, he takes care of us, and we're grateful, and we can give to others. And that's not just for ourselves. And I think that's what will make Africa great.
Yes.
And the more people that are able to get the education, and especially clean water, which is such a need in so many places, like there's ministries that are digging wells, and like we've been a part of bringing a well to a couple of places in Congo, and in the high plateau we helped build a whole community, and then the rebels came and destroyed it all and stole all their goats, and now all those kids are in Uvira, and it's just like the sacrifice you give, and they enjoy it for a while, and then somebody, if those people who do that could see the power of giving instead of taking, and robbing people of what God has blessed them with, I think they would change. It's a big need to see, like, love is what changes people's hearts. The unconditional love. We win them over by love. Not just words, but action.
Amen.
Wow.
John, Evelyn?
I'm overwhelmed by the thought that $1,000 would paint their church or their school. And you look at what that means in the US. I manage properties, and $1,000 would barely paint 2 bedrooms in a house that I manage here in Sacramento, California. So when you give, especially if you're in one of the countries that the economy is so different, when you give, it's exponential what that gift can accomplish. You know, and I hear $20 to feed a child for, I presume, a month, is something that people in the US would spend on a cup of coffee or two. And so it's mind-boggling, because I have not been out of the US except to Canada to see the difference, but I've heard from lots of people who have that it makes such a difference. So it's, if the link is in the chat, and if you're compelled for Christmas gift, I recommend it highly. And you can do that through, it looks like PayPal, which is very common in US. And we use it all the time. And so it's a way to send that directly. And I'm really pleased to get that link.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Just let me say that real quickly, John. I apologize. Yes, there's times where, especially my monthly gifting, I'll put it out there, and I'm usually doing it in the morning, and within moments, Pastor Isaac is sending me a hallelujah and thank you and whatever, and it really does get to them quickly, and because I do know the difficulty of that. We've had other situations where it's not been so good, and even one of when we were first starting this, I sent a gift, and everything looked like it was right, but Pastor Isaac couldn't get access to it. So luckily, I was able to retrieve it because we stayed right on the process and didn't allow too much time to pass. But this is safe and secure giving. I can vouch for that. I've been doing it now for several years, right, Pastor? And I have not had any issue with that. So I think Debbie has something. So
I just want to share that seeing the graduation was a beautiful moment for me. It really expressed the love of God that's within each and every child there. And through the years, we've been able to share curriculum and different things besides just money. And we're currently studying royalty and how to understand the royalty that is within us, that we are royalty. God is within us, and it's already there. I don't have to work to get there. It's a matter of behaving or living from that place of knowing that I am royalty of God. And that really shows in your students, or our students. It's just a beautiful thing. Thank you so much, Pastor Isaac and Mercy and all y'all.
Yes,
wow, we love you, Debbie.
Yes, we have to remember Mercy, because it is a family affair over there for Pastor and his family. His young kids, I can see at times you'll send pictures and they're busy helping you along, right beside you. So it is definitely a family affair going on over there.
Yeah, they say, well, tell Auntie Debbie we love her.
Yes, we are Aunt and Uncle Larry, Debbie, for our little young one in Rome. But really to all the kids, because that we started out where Pastor Isaac was just kind of tying us up to one, or connecting us with one child. But he realized that people come and go, and so he needed to kind of do it a little bit differently. and that's all beautiful, because I really feel like we do. We are sponsoring the children. We're sponsoring the school. We're sponsoring the community. We are just giving and this is how we pray. John and Evelyn, Deneen, we have been praying in a different way. I'll just speak for myself, but I've shared it with them, is what I mean. I just released love at 4:44 in the afternoon, my time here, Central. And I just feel like I just released love, and God knows where it needs to go. Now, I might think of the handful of people that I kind of have on my prayer list, we'll say, but that's not how I pray anymore. I am just simply opening up my heart, releasing love. And I believe and I feel it, because sometimes this happened a month or so ago. I was learning about the letter Gimel, and Gimel is this idea of the heavenly supply. It's a camel. It's a camel's foot. And there's about journey. But the idea is there is comings and goings. You are releasing things, but then you receive that back. And we talked about that as being the seed and the blesser and the giver. I was literally feeling it, that the energy, and that's all I was releasing, right? To me, prayer is just this beautiful energy being released with purpose and intention. And I was receiving back instantaneously this just overwhelming peace, love, and joy. And I thought it was like, wow, this is what prayers do. Like John said, even prayer, we have got to stop thinking like that. I know we all think like that, John. Does that? But prayer is pushing out from us into the world, and we, through people like Pastor Isaac and his team and his community, we are literally changing the world. And I know we can do it just outside our own front door, or we can do it, halfway around the world. So
I think it's a matter of our cup running over with love to all.
Yeah. Yeah, amazing. And I always tell people that we have ascended enough, and it's now time to also descend. Yeah. So we descend through this way. So we have gone up to the Father, but the Father says, pour out the love down. So it's a very important thing that you don't just keep up, keep descending to. Yeah, so it's amazing.
Yes, it's the give and take, right? There's that flow. It's a exchange. Yeah, lots of words that come to mind, but yes. And sometimes we need built up, right? We even in our individual situations, we need the building the Father does give us, right? He just constantly pours his love on us. We'll see it through different means and methods. But there's also what Pastor Isaac has been sharing here is by understanding the power of a giver, it's life-changing. It is absolutely transforming. So I love this. I love this community. Appreciate every one of you. So and we do have the holiday season. This was perfect timing, Pastor, is to kick off the Christmas spirit. We'll be experiencing the Christmas holiday here this week, and by next Sunday we have passed through that and on to the new year. And again, a sign of life and vitality, a renewal of the new year. So that sounds interesting and fun as well. So looking forward to the conversations we can have regarding cycles. Right, today literally is the winter solstice, and there's a celebration of light that goes along with that. At least that's how I have always looked at it. It's the ending of a dark season where you've planted something into the ground and it's dark, but now it's time for that light to begin to grow it and expand it and cause it to reach out. Again, what Pastor Isaac is saying, there's just this beautiful spending time in the heavenlies, but then receiving something that you can then bring back and plant on the earth. So we're planters of seeds, we're sowers, as he said. So anything else? I think if not, we're going to go ahead and switch over to the afterburn. allow Pastor Isaac to probably get to bed, right? I think it's like what early morning over there. He already knows what Monday's like. So tell me, what's Monday like? I don't know if it's that far ahead, but
Yeah, it's all from church, then go back Monday, see the children, and see the teachers. All of them are asking for Christmas, so it's about Christmas.
yes, absolutely. Well, absolutely bless the kids. We bless you. We bless the community. We feel the oneness with you. Yeah, just thank you for sharing your heart. It is a beautiful thing. So we just thank you, Lord, to continue to bless each and every one that is here,
Yes.
that has been moved by this opportunity to be a sower. The seed that God has given to you is an opportunity to be planted and sprout and bring forth much more fruit, right? It's a beautiful cycle, the planter and the sower and the harvesting, the reaping and the harvesting. So we are harvesters as well. We get to do all of this. We get to participate in all because we have learned to step into the cycle, into that flow that allows us to receive and then give. That is the simplicity of it. But there is so much more. And like Debbie said, there's ways of like Pastor Isaac has all these different teams, people that he's training and or already trained and actually finding them work and things. I know I saw some pictures of Mercy's soap business, and she was making soap for the community. And again, these simple, what I would consider simple, but it probably came from a place of need, right? You have all these children and they need to wash their hands throughout the day. Well, how are we going to afford all this soap? Well, guess what? We're going to begin to make it, and it probably saves you, from buying gallons of soap at a time. You can literally make it and then sell it to the community. At least that was my understanding what you've done. Yes. So it truly is a lifting of seed academy. It's a beautiful thing that you've got going. Blessings. Yes. Anyone else wants to pray and speak life into Pastor Isaac in the school, please step forward. But if not, we're going to go into transition.
Father, I just want to thank you so much for this beautiful community that is connecting children with you, and first and foremost, introducing them to the reality that they can have an intimate relationship with you directly. I think that is probably the most profound and far-reaching seed that we have witnessed here today. And I just am so grateful and so excited to participate with that. Thank you, Papa, so much.
Yes, and the openness, Pastor, that you've opened up to the idea of being able to share with a Muslim, family or a Muslim child as much as the Christian child. This isn't trying to separate and divide the community. It is a place of unity for the community, and we can just learn to love on each other. You're right. That is another way of absolutely changing the world. So,
hallelujah. Thank you for your blessings all around and every life that's touched and moved by the love within them, within us, within everyone, all together in love. God's Spirit reign.
Thank you, Lord. All right. Blessings, everyone. Have a great time, and we'll kick it over to John and Evelyn, or I'll help out if needed as well. But hopefully we're good. And blessings, shalom, Merry Christmas, all of that and more.
Thank you, Larry. The mouse just jumped onto the floor.
A nosedive.
So I'm going to stop the recording so that we can go to the after gathering or after burn. And
recording stopped.
And then I'll start it again so that we have continuity.
Recording in progress.
Pastor Isaac, thank you so much for sharing today. It's such an encouragement for me to see the growth from the seeds that have been planted. and to see progress on behalf of those children are so precious.
Thank
And
you.
I'm thinking, we're privileged in the U.S. and then most of the
Yeah.
Canada and some of the countries that are represented here, because we saw education as something important, and so it's basically available to most everyone in the the countries we're in. But to see the possibilities and to know that you have now a degree in accounting that puts you ahead, and these children are going to have the opportunities that wouldn't have been available except for what you're doing. And I'm so grateful for your calling and that you've made it a mission. So bless you for that. And I realize that you it's late at night and you need some rest. So may the Lord give you extreme rest in the shorter time that you have, and so that Monday for you is a very productive day, that the blessing of the Lord will just pour from your heart. And so thank you for joining us. And I understand when you need to leave us. We're grateful to have had this presentation, to see the videos of those children so happy and so blessed and so cared for. Thank you so much. Love, love, love. Yeah. And so those of you who stayed on, thank you so much for joining us for the afterburn. You've got me in the helm, but not 100%. I think I've got a sty in my eye, which makes it difficult to see the video in front of me. Everything's kind of fuzzy, but that happens at Christmas time for me. Things get fuzzy and nostalgic. And I was wondering, well, first of all, I'm really excited to have the PayPal link to help Pastor Isaac and to prosper the ministry that he represents. And so I'll put it in the chat again. But that's just an excellent thing. It facilitates us here to know how to get that money there, because I know that sometimes that can be difficult, and Western Union is not a good supply for it's a difficult thing to send money overseas. So there we go. My train of thought just went right out. They say the train left the station. That's sign language. I wanted to kind of think about Christmas and what does it mean to people here today? What nostalgic thing comes from the Christmas season? What new thing comes from the Christmas season? How are people seeing it and looking forward to it? Who's having dinner with family? We'll start there.
I think we are. We're doing Christmas Eve.
Yeah, we're doing Christmas Eve with family, so that's kind of neat.
I'll speak from Christmas past. We just had family in the vacation. We went on vacation last week, and a lot of the festivities was about my daughter's new wedding in October. So we celebrated that again with Debbie able to participate in that. I had a daddy-daughter dance just because I wanted to do that again with her. And my other daughter was there, so I was able to actually share a daddy-daughter dance with both of my daughters, because I did miss my oldest daughter's wedding. She just did kind of a pop-up on the beach with her husband, and there wasn't much of a family affair involved with all that. But you were talking about Christmas, and we just had a wonderful time. And it was sometime during that last week or the week before, it was on the radio, I know, but I don't know for sure what else the context is. But it was asking, what was your favorite gift that you've received over Christmas? And I thought about it, and I know actually it was Glenn Beck. Now that I'm thinking, it was the Glenn Beck show that did it, and he said he's told the story where there was a place and time and where he had finally made it and was successful, and he just gave his kids everything that he'd wished that he had gotten when he was a kid. Mm-hmm. And apparently he said that Christmas is never talked about except for in this manner, was that it means nothing. The kids forgot what they got. There was nothing about it. But what I found through thinking about this was it isn't this particular gift. I kind of thought, and I said, well, this or nope, nope. It is the memories. What I value the most about my Christmases with family, ever since I was a child with my own family, and we had many Christmases. We had grandmas on both sides Christmases. We had, like you said, employee Christmases. I was talking to Niels this morning about employee Christmas parties, and yes, it's the memories that we're creating, and we were able to do that over at the beach this past week. And I will carry those memories. And I shared a post on Facebook that said this exact thing, and I shared about, I don't know, 12, 13 pictures of just us having fun together and enjoying the each other's presence. That was kind of, I think, what mostly hit me throughout the week was the difference between face to face. And again, I think we get to do some face to face here because the imagery is so clear, precise. I'm literally sitting in John and Evelyn's living room, just in the other seat on the other side of them, right? I'm, participating in every one of your face to face. And there's something about that. And I think that's kind of the reason why the putting on a mask separates us. It's a veil. And that is one level, a simple level. But again, then you close yourself inside a home or a place. That's another separation level. And I want to be close. I want to be near you people. Even though I am near to Pastor Isaac, I am literally, thousands of miles away from him in space and time. But well, maybe not time, anyways. But time for me to travel to him would be a distance. But anyways, I just find face-to-face presence to be just the most precious gift that I can give or that I receive. So I'll stop with that.
Outstanding, yeah. We get to share ourselves as well as gifts. And I think that's a real significant thing. You're asking memories from Christmas. Memories are more for me, not the gifts. I was trying to think, well, which Christmas gift would have been the most interesting or the most significant? And I can't think of a particular gift that meant more than the others, let's say, or something. But I remember, family coming from distant cities and so forth to celebrate together, and the interaction there, and what I received from aunts and uncles and just even friends in town and so forth. It's hard to describe. That's the bigger gift, the exchange that we have for each other. Norman, go ahead and take us off. I thought we had already quit with Facebook and YouTube, but go ahead and just shut us down there and we'll be good. And Janine, you have your hand up.
I do. I agree with both of you wholeheartedly. I can't think of a single material object or gift that matters to me at all. But when we're talking about holidays, four of my five sons will be with us this year for Christmas, and our beautiful daughter as well. And what I'm remembering is the last holidays when they came home, both Thanksgiving and Christmas, because one son came for Christmas. It's the making the meal together in the kitchen. It's the laughing around the football game that my boys were watching. I grew up in Hawaii, and they spent part of their childhood there, and so they were watching the Hawaii football game, and we were just enjoying, because anybody who's been there knows even the commercials are a different flavor. It's just a different culture there. Just the laughing together, just the enjoying that, and very much the face to face, which is ironic because, of course, I'm not showing my face right this moment, but my spirit is with all of you.
Yes.
So I'm resting and taking care of myself at the same time. I need to move slower today, but just the beauty, and Kelly and I were this year, we've just talked to our kids and said we really wanted to shift things. We've been talking about it for a few years, away from material gifts towards shared experiences together instead of it being about gifts and such. And I'm really looking forward to that because those are the things that have mattered the most every year. Just having that connection and that time together to look into each other's eyes.
Yeah. There you go. Kelly.
Yeah, I so agree with everything she said, and I had a lot of good stuff when I was a young man with family, a lot of stuff, but all the beautiful stuff that we've had, Janine and I have had since we've been married with boys and then our adopted kids, and the face to face and the like the Christmas Eve, we do a Christmas Eve dinner. We take the family out, or usually we take them out for Christmas Eve dinner. That way, mom doesn't have anything. We can do. But we, like she said, we do meals together, but the face to face is so good, and the face to face here with our family, you got all you guys is so wonderful and beautiful. But that face to face, it really means a lot, and the memories and stuff.
It does. It does. It's 100% of what Christmas is about. It's relationships, and the relationship that improved for us with Father because of Jesus. For he so loved the world that he gave his one and only Son. This changed everything for us, and that's kind of what Christmas is about: changing relationship. John Weens.
Yeah, what we do at